You're pushing my love just a little bit too far. I don't think you know how blessed you are. And you're free, baby. Tell all that you see. Don't you know that she was trying to get close to me? Trouble seems so proud of my help me straight tonight. So let me go. I need everybody across the room to say it real quick. Say it. That's the way I feel about you. I hear y'all sing it loud. You sing it loud. Come on, say it. That's the way I feel about you. I need to hear y'all sing on this side. See what I'm saying? That's the way I feel about you. That's the way I feel about you. Let's do another, man. Let's go. Song said these words, here we go. Do the thing to keep a smile on the face. Say the thing to make you feel better every day. If you got to stay on the beat and choose, I'm a slow one. If you don't do all, you could easy move. I had a love, true love, a long time. Shut from all the pain and the love she caused me. Cause the woman's gotta have it. She gotta have it. She got to know that she needed her now. When you kiss her, you gotta let her do. Every time, no time, you got to know that she gotta rock it up, shake it, cry. That's it, man. In South Carolina, y'all came to have a good time tonight? I said, did y'all come to have a good time tonight? Somebody say, oh yeah. Now I see some of y'all seem to be acting all cute, chewing your chewing gum. Like you ain't came to have a good time. But I need you to act like you ain't church and tap your neighbor on the kneecap and say, hey neighbor. Tell them, say, it's party time, baby. Now listen, I sing that old school music. I leave that new stuff for them young juggalos. How many people in this auditorium love that old school music? All right now. When we start this song right here, I need to see about 50, 60 people. You gotta get up and rock your hips from left to right like you get ready to knock your hip loose tonight. Come here, Travis. I see how some of y'all looking at me. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to put a smile on your face. And since we in the country tonight, I want you to rock your hips from left to right when we play this song right here. Here we go. 1, 2. See how y'all acting in here? See how? Let's sing a hymn since y'all ain't want to party tonight. I'm gonna sing Pass Me Not, Oh Gentle Savior, since y'all don't want to party tonight. I'm gonna sing a hymn if y'all don't want to do it. I need you to get up on your feet and rock your hips from left to right. Like we in the party, I need y'all to do it. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. They told me I ain't got but about 10 minutes. Check it, we ain't got but 10 minutes. Talk set. Girls got plenty good love. Shall I tell homie all the young man? Ask me how I know, and I tell you so. She used to be. Y'all better sing up in here. I was later when she was young. I used to listen. She wanted to know that I could get on, but it won't be something. She'll be mine. I need to hear the choir sing tonight. She used to be mine. She used to be mine. You better not play with me. I just took a blue chew. She had a charming personality. The girl was all around for me. She'd be mine. If I had a chance. used to be mine. Y'all gotta say police, please. She used to be my girl. The police used to be my girl. It's like shoot, shoot, shoot. Everybody say shoot, shoot, shoot.
All right, hey everybody, it is your girl Boss Lady, and yeah, I have a different type of show tonight, but we're gonna talk all about that. For one, I would like to tell everyone that's on here, thank you for logging in. And I know, let me just say this: I know it's a lot going on in quartet world right now, um, but I just refuse to be a part of it. So I'm still going along with my show. I know that. Some people probably is like, well, such and such going live. I don't care. I honestly don't care. I don't want to have no parts of nobody foolishness. So I'm still going on with my show, and we're going to talk about some positivity. That's one thing that I have always prided myself on is that my show has always just been a positive show, and a lot of times people don't understand that. Sorry, I'm looking at something. There we go. All right. So a lot of times people don't understand that, and I mean I'm fine with that, but yeah, we're not going to focus on none of that. And I'm just trying to just stay in my lane. And let me tell you, staying in your lane allow you to go to bed with peace every night, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do. So for once again, thank you guys for logging in. And yeah, it's listen. We're about to have a great show because this is the first time that I ever done a show like this, and of course, um, when I called him, of course, he had to whoop my tail just a little bit because he always say I just do him so wrong, and I really don't. I really don't do him wrong at all. But that's justice. And the funny thing is I get to see him on the road and I get to see him in his lane where it's like he don't have to fake or be phony. Like Justin is just Justin, and he is so talented. And and the reason I love him is that he's so humble about it. He's so cool, and it's like I just love to see him in his lane. I love to see him MC. Like I've seen him MC the QMAs. I done seen him MC just regular concerts. I done seen him on the Southern Soul side. I done seen him sing quartet. And when I tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I've told him this before. Is that it just seemed like he was made for stage. Like you could just tell that he's made for it. And I thank God that he's just doing what he do. And yeah, I thank God for that. But anyway, we're not going to be too long. I'm trying to get my monitors up together. They was just up, so I don't know. I must have did something. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, so I'm not going to take a long time because I'm going to bring up. Only thing I can say is that I call him a friend. I don't call a lot of people friends, but I can say Justin is a friend. For Justin is really really cool, and I love him. So if y'all on here, do me a favor, share this live, and we're going to talk about everything from quartet to Southern Soul to hosting to traveling the country, being a father to a set of twins, and being a wonderful husband. Like we're gonna talk about all of that. We're gonna talk about all of that. All right, Justin, I hope you're ready, and I hope you're okay. You ready? Hey, Justin!
Yo. Can you hear me?
I cannot hear you.
All right, let's see.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
work
look,
this
and
out.
he all dressed up.
I'm really not.
Lord,
Um,
let me
what
see.
about now? Can you hear me
I
now?
can't hear you.
You can't. You still can't
I,
hear me?
I hear you now. I
All
hear
right,
you. Okay,
good,
okay. What's
perfect.
going on, Justin?
Uh, because God is the greatest power.
Here we
We
go.
should. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How you?
I'm doing good. You look good.
Thank you. I just want to state for the record that I counted a honor and a
Here we go.
privilege to be on
Here
your
we go.
show,
Here we go.
um, to be a headliner on your show. I was called the last time I was able to do this. I was a fill-in because the major artist wasn't able to get there, so they called Lil old Justin to be the fill-in. But this time I'm the headline. So so I thank God for this opportunity. I count it not robbery. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, because you really is so full of it right now. You're so full of it. But you know what? He does that to me all the time. But I felt like it
Never
was
gonna let you live it down. Never gonna let you live it down. Never.
never.
No.
You are dear. Never let me live that down. But it's
No.
okay. It's okay. You here today, but did you
I'm
die?
here.
But did you
I
die though? Did you die?
no, no, no.
Did you die? Well, you
I
still
mean,
alive. We thank the Lord for that.
I'm
Hey,
still here.
everybody that's in the comments. Hey, Mr. Brian Harris, Lena Tubbs. Hello, everybody. Y'all do me a favor. Please share this live. And once what I was saying earlier today, because I know Justin really don't be on Facebook like that a lot. Justin, there's
Hmm.
so much foolishness going on in Quartet right now.
Mm,
I
Lord have
honestly
mercy.
don't care. Yeah, it's so much foolishness going on right now, and that's one of the reasons why I do want to do the church and quartet platform.
I
That's
got
one of
you.
the reasons, yeah. But yeah, it's so much going on that I said I refuse, and I'm not going to cancel my show because y'all got some other stuff going on. Nope, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
do it. So
Keep going. Keep going.
yeah, we're gonna keep going. So I thank God for you being on here. Justin, I don't even know where to start it. Like, so this is the
Mm,
first Southern Soul edition, and the reason
hmm
why I decided to do a Southern Soul edition because we've seen a lot of our quartetters kind of go on the other side. They just
hmm
decide to do Southern Soul, and I don't damn anybody for it, or I don't make nobody feel bad for what they doing. Like, if that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. But I want to talk about like you as an artist, because Justin, like you, like quiet as it's kept, you really are killing the game. Seriously, Justin. Like off stage, like on stage hosting quartet, um, Southern Soul. I don't even know if you want to call it Southern Soul. I don't consider it because it's called Southern Soul. I mean, it's.
Nah. Yeah. I mean, we do Southern Soul,
Mhm.
but we just kind of cover all aspects of it. You know what I'm saying? With what we got going on. So
Okay.
I try not to label it as. But I mean, for the respect of the what we doing tonight, we can consider that. It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. So I know a lot of people might know your face, but
Hmm.
as far as in quartet, can you give us like a rundown? Because I know your history as
Hmm.
far as in quartet because I've spoken to you about it once before.
Hmm.
But how did you get your start in quartet though?
Um, kind of kind of born and raised in it.
Mm,
Um, uh, just kind of country boy. You know what I'm saying? Just love country, that country southern music or whatever. And I started singing with a group out of Sumter, South Carolina called JH4, the Junior Harmonizing Four.
okay.
And so the bass player from Live in the Flesh, well,
Keith,
my bass player Keith, yeah,
okay.
so we were a part of I was a part where they already had that group going on, talented group of young dudes. Um, you can look at they still got some videos on YouTube, JH4 from Sumter. I started singing with them for a little while, and then I ended up leaving, going to college, and then I met Roy. Well, I knew Roy, but
I met Roy officially in like 2007 ish, like end of 2007, and he hit me up on Facebook. Well, no. Let me back up. It was MySpace at the time. Uh,
Oh my
I'm,
God.
I'm telling my age. I'm telling my age. It was MySpace at the time. Y'all remember MySpace? Top 20 friends and all that. Like,
Yes,
yo,
yes,
you could have had a background, you could have had the music come up whenever you pull up your
yes.
page. Yeah. So this was before like apps and all that on phones and all that. You had to be on a computer to see this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so Roy ended up hitting me up, and it just so happened that Roy needed a bass player. No, he needed a keyboard player and a drummer. He
Okay.
needed a singer, keyboard player, and a drummer. It just so happened that I played keyboard and my brother played the drums at the time. So went to a rehearsal, you know what I'm saying, and kind of the rest was he was like, yo, I'd rather have you out front instead of playing the keyboard. So that's kind of how that all got started. And then that's kind of how I got my official start, you know what I'm saying, on a bigger platform, if that makes sense, with Roy. So that was like 2007, 2008-ish, somewhere along in there. And I traveled with him up until 2012, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we did the thank you album. A lot of people know me from the "Oh Lord, I Thank You." That part on the album is all me. So yeah, that's kind of how I got my start. So
Man, Justin, because yeah, because you have a long history in quartet, right?
I do, I do,
You have a
I
very
do.
long history in quartet, and just saying that, how did you get involved in hosting? Like, how did you get involved in MCing?
Uh,
Because I
yeah.
really think you're a preacher, and I just don't think.
Oh my goodness.
I, let
Oh.
me tell you. Let me tell you why I really feel like, golly, Justin. I said this last time. The last time I interviewed you, I'm like, Justin is a preacher, and I don't know if he know it or not. Like when you host, like you invoke the presence of
Yeah,
God.
yeah, yeah.
Don't start that.
All
Don't
right.
start that.
I saw it. So I'm sorry.
But you do every time you host, and you could tell when sometimes it's just a show. It's just
Mhm.
people just know the cliche things to say to get people excited, emotionalism. But Justin, I kid you not, I'm like, golly, if this boy keep going, he gonna be preaching. I mean,
Oh
do
man.
you ever feel like you? I don't know how to word that, but
Like
do you get where I'm coming from though?
I get where you coming from, and um I I all right. Let's just start here.
Okay.
Um, I'm saved for real,
Yeah.
so it ain't really no, this ain't no game for me. Like I know who God is for real. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I don't necessarily believe, or I'm not of the belief that you have to have a title of minister or pastor or whoever to be able to reach the people that you need to reach. Because the Great Commission is to go ye therefore
Hmm.
and make other disciples. So I don't believe that I have to have the title preacher or pastor or minister or whoever beside my name in order to do that. So um I yeah, let's just
Yeah.
leave it there.
Yeah, 'cause I'm telling you, I think the last time we talked, I was like, man, just like I could just, I don't know, I love it to see you host because you really seem like you're just in your lane and it's your comfort zone, But that's
And
just
it
me.
is, and I've at first I was kind of nervous about it or hesitant about it, but the more I started doing it, the more I realized that one of my gifts in the world was to bring joy to people. You know what I'm saying? Was to bring either laughter or from a spiritual standpoint or whatever. Like that's one of my gifts and one of my callings in life. So. Um, with me knowing that, I just know that is something I got to do, So but I enjoy. I haven't done it in a while, but um, I think well, this will be Saturday coming to be my uh like my second event of the year. Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
really kind of slowed down a little bit on it, huh?
Yeah. And just trying to jump into some other avenues and just trying to, do some other things. Um I'm be honest with you, a lot of people don't realize I've been hosting since like 2016.
Really?
No, 2015. 2015 was my first official like quartet show hosting. You know what I'm saying? I had did prior to that, I had did like um the school stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like whenever they had something at school, they would ask me to host it. Um like little round the way stuff like quiet
Mhm.
anniversary stuff like that. I did stuff like that, but as far as like hosting like an actual quartet event was in 2015 for Lakeisha Farrar. Lakeisha used to have this event in Liberty,
Yeah.
um and she as a matter of fact, it was about to be her first one, and that's when she asked me to come and host it, and I hosted from there, and it was like it was up from there. So I've been doing this 10 years, so it was time for me to kind of branch off and do some other stuff.
Yeah, so that was the first time I ever saw you MC in
Are you
Liberty.
serious?
Yes, I'll tell you exactly which show it was. I don't know if it was a sneaker ball or a black and white or something, but I remember you singing Sean Jones' song,
That was
and
the
it
last one
just
she had.
flipped. It
That's
flipped
the
the
last one
house.
she had.
Oh my gosh, she haven't done one since then.
Nah, that was impromptu. Like that was Fussy was up there and Greg was up there. And I looked over at Fussy, and all right, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Skylar Patterson sings a song called Testify. That
Mm-hmm.
song is in C sharp.
Okay.
Depending on you, they used to sing that in C sharp.
Mm.
So when they got finished singing the song, I look at Fussy, I said, yo, just follow me.
Oh my.
And he kind of already knew where I was at. Like and me and Fussy done had like a couple situations where like he was right on it. You know what I'm saying? So like if I ever
Uh-huh.
become a pastor, I'll bring Fussy to be my my minister of music. But
Oh God.
I said, yo, just follow me. And I told Greg to hit the note, and it went from there. And I heard, and South was over on the like my right side. He was like, I dare you to do it. I dare you to do it. You can't tell me nothing like that because I'm gonna go with it. So
Mm-hmm.
it happened from there. But that's the last one she had. And I've hosted every one that she had since 2015.
I that was the very first time that I ever saw you MC. That was the very first time. I didn't know who you
There
were.
you go right there. South, what's up, my boy?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had no clue, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, I'm coming from St. Louis, the Midwest,
Mm,
and one point in time I was traveling back and forth from in the Carolinas a lot, and it was like I got a chance to taste how you guys have church
yeah.
compared to how we had church, and man, I'm telling you, it was a huge difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was a good difference. It wasn't
Yeah.
nothing bad. It was great. And I remember seeing, I was like, I don't know who he is, but man, he is so freaking good. Like I said that, like, man, he's really good. Not knowing that we was gonna be really cool, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
the years, but
Yeah.
that was the very first time. And
I
man,
remember meeting you as well. Now that I'm thinking about it, I remember meeting you as well.
mhm,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good show. I hate that she's not having the shows, but she
I think
should. It
she,
was
I think
really
she'll
good.
start back eventually. Like I said, and kind of venturing off and doing some other things that kind of got her hand in a lot of different areas. So, I think eventually she'll come back around to it. Yo,
Yeah.
South, I appreciate that, man. For real, y'all boys been
Hey,
rocking with me for a
sophomore.
long time, man. Y'all was
Yeah.
the first ones to call me Hollywood for real.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
I can see
They
why though.
Bishop and all them boys, like whenever walked in a place, they're like Hollywood.
Oh man, I can see why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man.
they was
They're
on
my
it.
boys, man. They ain't never switched up on me. Never switched up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sophomore good people. I love
Good
sophomore
people. That's my
good
dog.
people. You can't say that about everybody, but yeah,
For real.
I can say that about sophomore. He good
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your cover band.
Okay.
So
Let's do it.
let me say this. I have seen your cover band. Let me see. One, two, three, maybe four times.
That
Yeah.
okay.
I saw you in Chicago.
Okay.
I've seen you. What was it? I know, of course, St. Louis. I've
Hmm.
seen you a couple of times. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right, that's
And
what's
you
up.
know, people coming down from Chicago this weekend. I told you that, didn't I?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
we'll talk about that later offline. But
yeah, yeah,
anyway, but
yeah.
anyway, um, the very first time I saw you in live in the flesh, I don't even remember. I don't remember. It
Hmm.
wasn't St. Louis. It wasn't St. Louis. I travel so much, so sometimes I kind of get my places mixed up. Like
Oh
not
yeah,
trying.
you definitely on some headliner vibes out here. Like
Yeah, I'm sorry.
you you
I
definitely pouring out
don't
here.
remember. I don't remember. Sorry,
Yeah,
but every time I see you guys, y'all be smacking, and
appreciate it.
yeah, y'all be smacking really hard. But it's like I always wondered, like, what made you decide to go on, to do Southern Soul or to do a cover band? Because almost everybody in the group is pretty much quartet.
Quartet.
Yeah,
The
you
only
can
person that's not quartet is my guitar player Travis.
tell. Okay.
And yeah, he's the only one that's not really quartet like that. But the rest
Yeah.
of us were born and bred quartet. Twan, the drummer, he used to play for the McDuffies. Um,
Okay.
Keith kind of played with it here. Some of everybody. Me and my brother did Roy. And
Mm,
the other keyboard player, Trey, he's not quartet as well. But other
okay.
than that, everybody else quartet. But to answer your question,
Mm-hmm.
um, I I was doing, of course, doing the church stuff and stuff like that. And I just
Mm-hmm.
was, kind of thinking about it. So I started singing with this other band, called Level 10 Live Band and Show. And then as the time went on, you know what I'm saying? And of course, we had a split in the road. And how Live in the Flesh got started was um of course I promote events and stuff as well. So I do, a lot of people don't know that I do like
Mm-hmm.
adult events as well. You know what I'm saying? So I was getting ready to have an event, needed a band, and I was like, man, yo, we ain't got the other band no more. So let's just I kind of called all them boys kind of at the last minute. I sent them the music on the way and they pulled up and they came and played that night. King George was there. King George was Young Holiday at the time. Um, uh, yeah, so we had that going on. Like, so we just kind of went with it. We just did like a 30-45 minute set. And after that, like the phone just started ringing. And I was like,
Whoa.
this is crazy. I was looking to do this one time, and somebody called us to come do a festival like the next weekend. Somebody, then we started just rolling and rolling and rolling from there. And then I think one of the biggest things was when we did the Black Food Truck Festival in Charleston a couple years back. A
Mm-hmm.
lot that video still circulating right now. That video got like 20,000 views. So
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, that's kind of how. And I was like, hey, it's working. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping at all.
Man, because I mean, like you say, majority, like 90, 80% of your group is all quartet. And you could
All
tell.
quartet.
You could
Yeah,
tell.
yeah,
So if you know quartet, you know the sound of quartet, you know the
yes.
movements of quartet. But like you said, that you've hosted like adult events. And I think that's one of the things that make you so relatable when you guys
Hmm.
are singing, because you interact so greatly with the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you honestly make people want to get up and start dancing, or you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying. And I love when I tell you I love it. I be like, that's my little brother, man. I love
But that's
it.
what it's
I
supposed to
love
be.
it.
Like when you come to an
Yeah.
event like that, and this is kind of going back to the whole, which one of the other questions you asked me, like ministry and stuff like that. Like it's, to me, it's all intertwined. Because man, you'll be surprised at how many people have come up to us. I've
Yeah.
gotten inbox and phone calls like, yo, me and my wife ain't danced in years. We ain't been out, but we came to see y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
Wow.
helped rekindle our love. Like we danced all night. That's something we did. You know what I'm saying? That's stuff those are testimonies you don't really hear
Yeah.
like that a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This and a lot of people that come see us be church. church people, because they know I ain't doing nothing crazy. I ain't doing nothing raunchy.
I was
I
just
ain't
about to say that. I was
I
just
ain't
about
doing
to
no
say
I ain't doing no cussing. I ain't doing none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
that.
it's nothing against nobody else. That's just the way I decide to roll. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like I said, a lot of people from the church come, pastors come see us all, pastors and their wives come see us all the time. Um let's say church, all the church people in general, like a lot of quartet people come see us all the time, you know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons why we try not to go too far from it, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't try to, scrutinize us or whatever, like, man, they too quartet or whatever. But uh, listen, when you go to Rome, you gotta do what the Romans do.
You do. Right.
So most of the people in there identify with a certain sound or a certain whatever, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and if they can identify with that, they're more comfortable. They're more willing to have a good time when they not too far out of their comfort zone. And because of that, like I said, a lot of them they may know the music, they may not know the music, and if they do, excuse me, whether they do or whether they don't, once they hear or see them quartet moves or hear some church stuff going, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like they be like,
Uh-huh.
oh, this ain't too bad. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it.
You know what? And I'm glad you hit on that because I was just about to say that. Like, I don't feel conviction when I listen
Hmm.
to you guys sit, and this is why, because like you just said, it's no cussing, it's not vulgar,
It ain't
it's
none of that.
it ain't none of that. When I tell you
No.
this is probably one of the cleanest shows that you can actually go to and
Hmm.
don't feel bad about it. Like, I came up apostolic.
Hmm.
I came up apostolic, and this was like doing an iron claw. You couldn't do nothing.
Right. Yeah.
You couldn't
Uh-huh.
do nothing. Everything was a sin. You're going to hell for everything. And I could just got to,
Uh-huh.
well, Lord, what can we do? You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying?
Mhm. Uh-huh. Young and
But
old, repent of all your sins.
yes, I'm like, good
Yeah.
Lord, I'm going to hell anyway. What's the problem? And
Uh-huh.
literally, that's how at one point in time I did feel that way. Like, no matter what I do, we just in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
when I hear you guys shows, your show is so clean. Like, I could I could take my mom and dad to your show and do not still like I'm 46.
That's what I love to hear.
You see what I'm saying? And don't
That's
feel
what I
like,
love to hear.
oh God, you know what I'm saying? Because I still have that type of respect for my mom and dad.
Definitely, definitely.
And yeah, and it's like sometimes people, hey girl, it's like sometimes people just be going too far. And I know it's
Hmm.
entertainment, but I love you guys show because I don't feel like and then it's like a mixture of old school, new school, some of
It's
today.
everything. It's
It's
everything.
everything, and I
It's
love it.
everything. It's
Yeah.
everything. We were you say like you can bring my mom and my daddy travel with us a lot. Like, you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. They go and you know what I'm saying, my mama dance and you know what I mean, like the same pretty much like the way y'all see me at, my
Mm.
mama act like that. So that's kind of where I get it
Really?
from. Yeah, my mom is the life of the party.
Is
So yeah, yeah, yeah. She, I mean, country loud, all that stuff. Like everybody, they love it. You know what I'm saying? So my mom
it?
would go and have a good. My mom is dancing, having a good time. Now my daddy is just like my brother. Out the way, ain't saying nothing, ain't doing nothing. He gonna make sure everything's straight. Gonna look at, you know what I mean. But my
Yeah.
mom is that. But anyway, but I said my mom and my daddy, they go to a lot of the shows, and especially if we're somewhere that they can get to, they'll come. They'll come. And a lot of members from my church where I've served as a minister of music, they help them. They buying tables, buying
Yeah.
sections. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just come in to have a good time. Because
Yeah.
that's usually, what I'm saying, what it is when you come to a live in the flesh show. And
And
yeah.
I think a lot of married couples, especially ones in church, and I hate to say it like this, they need to go out and just
You
dance.
gotta go out and have a good
Just
time.
dance. I'm not
You
telling
got
nobody to drink. I'm not telling nobody to go out and do anything crazy, but it's nothing wrong with just
there's
taking
nothing
your
wrong with having
husband.
a good time.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I love. So my dad plays lead guitar. Like my whole family plays instruments. So I love to hear live music. I just
Hmm.
love live music, and I'm telling you, like just to see, like you say, to see couples. get up and
Yes.
dance and like staring in each other's eyes or laughing while they dancing. I think that's wonderful. I think
Yeah.
that's so wonderful. I love it
I,
so much, man.
it creates a healthy balance. You know what
It
I'm
does.
saying? And that's one thing that a lot of church people, and I even say quartet, a lot of quartet people don't have a lot of, and that
Yeah,
is balance.
balance.
You gotta be able to do everything in moderations, and that way one thing does not consume you to the point to
Right.
where you feel like this all you got.
Yeah,
And that's why a lot of people hold on to certain things that we do in quartet and stuff so hard because that's all we got.
that's all.
But we are a talented group of people. We
Very.
are we are very multifaceted. You know what I'm saying? And we
Mm.
gotta stop putting all our eggs in one basket and thinking that everybody gonna be able to get an egg sandwich out of that. It ain't. It's not. Going, I mean, you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going.
I got you. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, but yeah, we got to stop doing that. Like it's too many, it's too many other things going on out here in order or it's too many other things going on out here to be kind of stuck in one thing. That kind of one of the things that kind of pushed me to
Yeah.
slowly start doing it. I was like, yo, it's really, really too cluttered over there, honestly. So I was like, man, let me do this. Say ain't nothing against, none of the other hosts or nothing like that. But I've had my time. So
Yeah.
and now that I've recognized that, I can kind of do it whenever I want. So of course I still kind of do the uh I still do here in South Carolina we have the Myrtle Beach Waves of Praise, which is a youth event. It brings out
Hmm.
about 10,000. I do
Wow.
that. I do a couple other events, you know what I'm saying, along those lines. And actually I kind of pick and choose whichever one I want to. I don't I'm those days of running up and down that road like that and uh at the end of the night they might be got that thing for you. Them,
Man.
da- them days is old. Them days is over for me. I got too much to lose. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
got I got kids. I got a wife. I got all that. So I can't
Mhm.
I can't be out here just on a wing and a prayer in for the sake of ministry, if that makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense. Man, I got so many questions running through my head.
Well,
Like,
ask them. I'm
I
here now.
know.
Like
Like, you're
I don't know if this gonna be my last time. So you better
don't
catch me while the blood running over me, my baby. Wish I had
don't
a church
start.
tonight. Wish I had
Do
a
not
church
start.
tonight. You
No,
better catch me while the blood.
okay, I was going to ask you about your kids because every time you post a picture of your babies, I think they are so pretty, and your little girl look just like you. But
Oh, everybody say that.
your little girl look like your clone. Like, do your kids actually know who their daddy is, as far
Uh,
as not daddy, but out? Like, you know what I'm saying, on the stage. Like, do they know
um,
that?
nah, not really.
Mm.
And they've seen me a couple of times, but they
Yeah,
don't really know. Um, they don't really know. And
really.
they've been to places a couple of times. They're like, why are those people talking to you? Like, why,
Yeah.
like asking questions like that. You know what I mean? So they don't really understand. And I'll
How
be
old
honest
are
with you, they 5.
they? 5.
They
Okay.
just turned 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be honest with you. I don't really care for them to know that at this point. You know what I mean? Um, I yeah, I just want them to enjoy me. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
not feel like they have to fight for me or fight for
Yeah.
my time or anything like that. They don't know none of that stuff. So I'll try not to, bring them into that world um
Yeah.
as much as I can. So
Yeah,
um
we don't want that
yeah.
preacher's kids syndrome or effect.
Yeah, nah,
A lot of kids that grew up in the church that had to share their fathers or their mothers, it seemed like they grew up resenting.
they resent that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
they,
I try to make sure they know if I leave out the house with the bag and all that, daddy gotta go sing, y'all. You know what I'm saying? They
yeah.
know that, you know what I mean? But yeah, yeah. I try to keep them,
Oh, well, that
yeah.
was okay. And you know, I just felt the need to ask it because I know, like, you know, I know you have a set of twins, and I could tell that you try to spend as much time as you can with them. And I was just
As I
wondering,
can.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
appreciate you for asking.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I know you and your wife, y'all hold it down.
Shout out
So
to my wife. Like she
yeah,
she she hold it down for me for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think a lot of, even in the quartet land, I think a lot of times people, they be so anxious and eager to hit the road and don't understand how important it is to have the home front together.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, if you married, you need to make sure that your house is together. Like, I mean, can you speak on that? Because, like, Justin, you've been like popping for a very long time, and you know,
It
like
is. It
you
is. I believe that, and I'm gonna be honest with you.
said, mhm,
I thank God that I've had like good models in front of me. You know what I'm
good.
saying?
Mhm.
My daddy didn't play that. My daddy made sure that, the how that my mom and them was taken care of. You know what I'm saying? My even my father-in-law now, like my father-in-law is a very busy guy just like me, and he, what I'm saying, he makes, so even my uncles and all those boys, like I've had good models in front of me, and whenever I get out of line or act like, or they'll check in to make sure that
Mhm.
I'm doing my manly duties. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And holding up my end of the bargain. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I've had good models in front of me. I thank God for that. And I think it's important, especially when you decide to marry somebody or have kids or whatever. Um that is your ultimate responsibility, um, and that is biblical as well.
yeah,
And so
yeah,
we can't be out here talking about we singing about a God and singing about the Bible and quoting scripture and stuff like that and be skipping over that type stuff. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
Right.
I know a lot of these boys out here, they ain't got their business fixed at the house.
Yeah,
You gotta have that business. You gotta have that business fixed. You
yeah.
know, you gotta have your mind made up. You got you gotta have all that together. You know what I'm
You're so
saying?
churchy.
Uh,
You're just so churchy, man.
because because you got to understand, things could change at the twinkling of an eye.
That's true.
I'm struggling with my sinuses right now. What if this, God forbid, what if this something more serious? And
Right.
I'm not able to sing no more. I'm not able to host no more. I'm not
Yeah,
able, you know what I'm saying? Like those type things. You got to have your business fixed.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So you got to be in a place and you got to have your house in order. You know what I mean? You got to, uh so love your house, love your wife, love your kids, all that stuff. Have that stuff in order. And I'm telling you, if you take care of what God has given to you, God will continue to bless you.
yeah.
God will continue to bless you. So um have your business fixed.
So,
Have it. I mean, I mean,
so,
God,
but that's a good word, and I think a lot of I think young and old needed to hear that
yeah,
because
yeah.
yeah, it'd be too much going on. So since you guys been over in Southern Soul Land, have you caught any slack about it? Like, have people kind of frowned upon it, and if so, how have you handled it?
Well, of course. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it used to get to me at first because I'm gonna be honest, none of the people who I thought was gonna have a problem with it,
Hmm.
uh, they didn't have an issue with it. It was the people that know me, it was the people that got my number, it's the people that know me since I was a child. Those people.
Okay.
They the ones that had the biggest problem with it and talked about it the most. I put it that way.
Okay.
And that was very disheartening and very discouraging.
Got
But after a while, you understand that going there can't tell been there how to get there. And when you know that, you realize that they ain't got nothing to do with what you got going on. And
that's
so
true.
you just keep on trucking it and putting one foot in front of the other, and
Mhm.
let success be your biggest get back. Let success be your biggest storyteller. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be looking for you to fail and think it ain't gonna last or whatever, but let your success story be the testament to that. So
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
good answer. That's a good answer.
God
Because you
bless you.
know, And it's funny that we're even talking about this. One of my little sisters, she's not my biological little sister, but one of my
Mhm.
little sisters.
We call everybody our sister in the black community. Yeah.
Well, no, mm-mm,
Everybody sister and cuz. Yeah.
no, I've been knowing her since she was 9.
Hmm.
No, I've been knowing her a very long time. Not these fly by day and night relationships. No, that's not me. But no, me and her was having a conversation, and we was saying like, I said, actually, have you ever felt like the church made you feel bad because if you was doing something that wasn't like involved in the church, like do you ever get that feeling? And we had a long conversation about that.
Hmm.
Like if
Hmm.
it's not if you can sing and the only thing you can do is sing in a choir, like you know what I'm saying, it's like they made you feel bad for anything that you did outside of the church. And I was
Yeah.
like, we had a long conversation about that.
That is demonic.
Why
Yeah.
are you
Yeah.
laughing?
That is demonic. Yeah.
We really did. We had a conversation. I was like, I really feel like I missed out on some stuff
Hmm.
because it was like I
Cause you
just
felt
didn't.
like you was going to hell.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
You felt like you was going to hell if you did something, if you did something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
and a lot of times it's because we become uh we become guilty of listening to people who don't really know how to interpret scripture.
Oh wow.
And we become we feel like that's the only way to go. We feel like that's the only route that we have to take because they said it. You know what I'm saying? So I believe wholeheartedly in that scripture that says study to show thyself approved.
Hmm.
And lead people in a way that's gonna be conducive for them. Um I kind of I was very in between at one time. And my daddy said, man, God gave you a talent to be able to provide for your family. And he said, man, he said, what you do for God, you do for God. But what you do out there on the other thing, you do that for money.
Hmm.
He said, so you know, it's a big difference. You know what I mean? So go use what God has given you to be able to provide for your family and make life better for you. And it's a lot of opportunity. I know so many talented church people who
Yeah.
have missed out on opportunities
Yeah.
because they felt like it was going against God.
Yeah.
They missed out on, I'm talking about wonderful opportunities, life-changing opportunities because they thought they would be going against God.
Mm.
When a lot of times God be presenting you with the opportunity and you blinded by
Hmm.
what you've been taught. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I got
Like
you.
you got to understand when God is moving in your life and working things out. And like I say, I've certain things have happened for me and for Live in the Flesh that I know it had to be God.
Mm. Oh wow.
That I know it had to be God. And God opened those doors, and God made it. The Bible says, "Give, and it shall be given back to you, pressed down, shaking together, running over, shall
Right.
men give unto your bosom."
Right.
A lot of people think God gonna come out the sky on a cloud and hand it to you. No, God gonna use somebody to bless you. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Yeah.
people don't understand. God gonna use somebody else, the
Mm.
hands of other people to bless you.
Right. Hmm.
Don't block it because you feel like it ain't of God. So yeah,
Good conversation, Al. This is a good conversation. I like it.
yeah. I have you making me dig in my bag tonight. I wasn't
But it's
expecting this.
but it's good. I think that this is a conversation that needs to be had because
That
truth of
needed
the
to be had.
yeah, we see a lot of quartetters that are doing Southern Soul. Do I
Yeah.
frown upon them? I absolutely do not. I feel like
No.
I don't have room to. I mean, this is I'm just
It's
being
a lot it's a
honest.
lot of quartet artists that have found success in
Yeah,
Southern Soul. A lot of people know King George is a quartet.
yeah,
King George, you
absolutely.
saying Roy. Like, you know what I'm saying? King George is a quartet. LJ Echoes is a quartet. And FBJ is a quartet. Squirt is a quartet.
Yeah,
Um, Mr.
I was,
Smoke Bruce is
I couldn't take my
it's
mom and daddy to go see Squirt though.
Squirt my dog. Squirt is listen, Squirt is in his own
Oh,
lane. Squirt is in his own
yeah,
lane. And a lot of people don't know that Squirt is probably going to be one of the most successful people in this business because he knows the business, he knows what he need to do. And even if he never sang another note, he got something called an ink pen that could make him a whole bunch of money. He know that. So shout
yeah.
out to my dog Squirt, man. Squirt gonna be probably one of the most successful people in this business.
I love Squirt though. I love him. When I tell you I
Squirt,
love,
Squirt,
he's
my
on my.
guy.
Yeah, I just couldn't take my mom and daddy.
Nick Marquis. I mean those guys. I'm talking about some singers. I mean,
Yes,
we was
yes.
in Columbus, Mississippi one night, and Nick Marquis started saying, "I believe I can fly." It wasn't a dry eye in the building. I mean, when I see these some of the most talented
Yeah,
people I've met in my life, I mean, he's in there hard down singing, hard feeling. I believe I can fly, and it ain't a
yeah.
dry eye in that building. I mean, so we those are the type of people that Quartet is producing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Nick Marquis, you saying Quartet. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of so we take everything that we've learned from Quartet and just do it on the other
That's
side,
great.
man. And it's been working.
Who did LJ Echoes used to sing with?
Oh, I cannot remember. I cannot remember. But LJ played bass, played, you know what I'm saying? I think he played bass for a group too. I
Really?
cannot remember the name of that group.
Castro?
FPJ,
Yeah.
Castro,
Oh, I
you
love
know
me
what I'm
some
saying?
now.
FPJ, FPJ sang and play everything, and he killing the airways right now. Like it's a lot of good things that's
Quartet.
coming out of quartet. A lot
Mm.
of quartets are also making a lot of songs that the steppers are now grabbing hold to too. So,
Really?
yeah, the line dancers they're catching a lot of them songs, and um,
Really?
yeah, and they making line dances to them, and they going for broke.
Oh wow. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. That's a big thing out here in South Carolina. Like that. Now I know it's been everywhere. Trail rides been everywhere, but here in South Carolina, the light is shining on South Carolina right now. So,
That's good.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Cause it's been hitting mainstream. Like, yeah. You
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's cool. It
yeah.
is so cool. So, Justin, so how do you? I think I've asked you this a long time ago, but you know, like I said, you popping, you doing it like
Oh
you
Lord.
do every aspect of this industry. I want to know how do you find time to balance between hosting, singing, working, fatherhood, husband, all of that. Like, how
Oh
do you balance that? You know, even because I'm quite sure your mom and daddy still want some time. They want to
yeah,
see your face. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? If you
It is a
got,
task. It
yeah,
is a task. And one thing I'm grateful for is my wife helps me handle a lot of that stuff. So I have, my wife kind of knows my schedule and knows what I got going on and try to make sure that she does not book me to a point to where I won't have time to do those other things. Because a lot of people don't know outside of this, I train horses. We
oh,
do
you
we
train
do
them.
yeah, we do we do a lot of other stuff outside of just what meets the eye. So
Right.
um yeah, so I kind of train horses for people all over the it's really in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia region. um I've been doing that for like 15 years. um yeah, so I have it's a task. It's a task, and I try to make sure that excuse me, I'm not the one in control of that. So, like I say, my wife kind of handles a lot of my scheduling and stuff like that, trying to make sure I have time to do whatever it is that I need to do. Like today, my kids had t-ball. We had t-ball practice. Had to make sure they had to go to I went to t-ball practice. That those type of things. So her my mama and everybody kind of make sure that I'm where I need to be and make sure I ain't stretching myself too thin um with a lot of that stuff. So it takes a village. It takes a
It
village.
does. It does. It really do. It really do
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
You have a lot. You have a lot going on, but you have been greatly successful in everything that you put your hands to do, and I just thank God for that because I think you are a great. I hate to say this word because I always mess it up, but repping sensation. I'm gonna mess it up.
Oh yeah, Lord, God bless you.
You're right.
Lord, oh Lord
I can't
Jesus.
get that because it always got a Z sound to me, and it's not a Z in that word. But
Yeah,
you do. You represent us very, very well, and
thank you.
I thank God for that. That's why it's like I try to stay close to positivity.
Hmm.
They said if you want to be a millionaire, you need to start hanging out with people that want to be a millionaire too. You know what I'm
That's it.
saying? It's like if
That's
you
it.
want to be saved for real, start hanging out with some folks that's saved. You can't, you know what I'm
That's it.
saying? So
That's it.
yeah, so when I see you, I know we're gonna have a really good time. I know we're gonna have,
Yes, yes. I'm a stickler for positive vibes. Like
yeah,
I
I know.
if you can't be around me and have a good time, something is wrong with you. I am a advocate for positive vibes, and I try not to have nobody around me
Yeah,
who not gonna be on the same wavelength. You know what I mean? Life too short for
it
So
is.
yeah,
It is. So this weekend you're gonna be in St. Louis.
yes, Lord.
When you coming in?
We'll be there Friday around 5.
The show start at 7.
We coming straight to the venue. We coming
And when
straight to the
you
venue.
leaving? When you leaving?
We'll be leaving out the next morning. I can't remember what time.
You
But we
flying
fly
out?
out. We fly out the next morning. Yeah,
Oh my God, Justin! Because every time I
yeah.
see you, you be rolling. You be like, "All right, I'm going back to my hotel. I got a flight first thing in the morning. I
We
gotta
ain't
get
doing
back
no
home."
parlaying. We ain't doing no
No,
parlaying.
it don't be
And
no party.
yeah, I don't be doing no. I don't parlay at all. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So,
that's
um,
good. I think that's a
yeah,
good rule to have
yeah,
too.
yeah.
That is a great rule. So
Shout
this
out
is
to my dog Terry, man. Terry bringing us down there.
oh, I
Yeah,
forgot. I forgot to call Terry. Tell Terry I was on.
yeah.
But is this your second or third time here?
This is my
Third.
second, third time here. Third time. Yep.
Third.
Third. Yep. Third. Yep. Third.
I told you I've seen you about 4 or 5 times. You really think
That's very
I'm
true. That's very
playing?
true.
Yeah. I remember the first time you came to St. Louis. I had already saw you guys before, so I was already anticipating a great show. And
Mhm.
I told you, I said, I said, Justin, I said, I promise you, the next time you come, it's gonna be packed. I
And
was
it
like,
was jam packed.
yes, I said and we had such a great time.
It was a
Yeah,
great vibe. A great
it
vibe.
was. Yeah, and you know my whole crew. You know I have a crew called the Boss Crew, and those is basically like my close friends and sisters.
Hmm.
We come together. Like majority of us, almost all of us are single except for one.
Yeah.
So it's almost like we kind of like a support system to each other. And some of the ladies has never heard of Live in the Flesh. So Sasha was like, my daughter was like, "Oh, you ain't never heard Live in the Flesh?" So she pulls you guys up on YouTube, and we
Oh my
sat
Lord.
and we just sat and watched Live in the Flesh and do what we do. We had a great time.
Well,
Yes, we
I'm
sat.
glad. I'm
So
glad.
my whole crew coming. We got
We coming
tables.
in hot.
We coming in hot. So if you see a group of people in green, that'd be us. I'm just saying.
Y'all coming in uniform.
Yes,
Oh,
we
okay.
are. Like the
Y'all
usher
co-
board.
y'all coming in uniform. Oh, okay. Oh,
Like the usher board.
okay.
We're gonna have
Y'all
a
coming
good
in uniform. All
I
right.
promise you, when you see us, you're gonna know that you're gonna know exactly who they are when you see them.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
My
It's gonna
girls
be a
like
good time.
yeah.
That's what's up, though. That's what it's all about. Have a good time when you come. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And if you ain't having a good time at Live in the Flesh show, you at the wrong show.
I don't see how you couldn't have a good time though.
That's what I say. They had the wrong show. They went to see the wrong
Yeah,
band. They ain't having a
yeah,
good time when they
they're
come to Live in the
counterfeit.
Flesh show.
They're
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
but you know
definitely.
who I love to see? Like I love to see you too. But you know who I love to see when you guys perform?
Who's that?
That doggone Keith.
Oh, everybody love him. I mean, I can't go
He's
nowhere without him.
so talented.
Everybody like, yo, I mean, we glad y'all here, but it's the bass player here.
It is the bass.
Yeah, it's the bass player coming. Is he here?
It's
I just want to know. And
yeah,
Keith has been like that since I met him when he was
really.
13 years old. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Keith got the
Me and
faith
Keith
in his
been together since he was 13.
Oh
Yeah, since he was 13 years old. Yeah. All us, yeah. Me, him, and my brother been together the longest. Yeah, since he was
yeah,
13 years old.
yeah. You Keith is yeah. I love seeing Keith. Even when he was on Quartet, I used to love seeing Keith
Oh
perform.
man.
I used to think it was funny. I say he's so animated though.
And listen, that's just who he is. Like if
That's
you
who
ever
he
talk to
is.
him in real life, like he's like that on and off the stage. Like he's animated, he's loud, he's
Yeah,
laughing loud, he's all he's very animated, you know what I'm saying? You could be talking to him standing right here, he'll take off running and do, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like he's just that type of guy. Like so
yeah.
everybody loves Keith though. If we pull up somewhere, that's the number one question everybody got. Do you
But
got the bass player with you?
but then I got another one too, though, Keith. I got another one. I think every woman that's 45 and up that come to see your show, you know who they in love with.
Who's
That
that?
doggone Chuck.
Oh my goodness.
All the older women love Chucky.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, Chucky is young enough to be your grandson. But you,
Mhm.
when you guys are performing, you can see all the older women be gravitating to Chucky. What
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that?
Chuck is probably one of the most talented individuals I've ever come in contact with.
Really?
Chuck is doing his own thing now. He's got his name is Chuck Gregory. He got music and stuff out, you know what I mean? So
We're not gonna
um
see him this weekend.
no, Chuck not coming. Chuck not coming. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
You just hurt my
yeah,
feelings. You really
yeah,
just hurt
yeah,
my feelings.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's okay. We pray and we wish him the best. I pray that great success. But man, every time I saw him, all the older women
Listen,
they were some Chuck.
so Chucky could do what I couldn't
Hey
do.
there.
So yeah, Chucky could do what I couldn't do. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna be raunchy and do all that stuff, but Chucky could. So yeah. So I say it is. But I like I say, like I said, we wish him all the best. And yeah.
Yeah. Oh. But it's okay though. So do you have someone else filling in that spot or what you
No,
no?
no, no.
Ooh,
But
that's a heavy load.
yeah. So
Yeah.
but a lot of people don't know. Like I said, Chucky used to live in Memphis, and Chucky was there for a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? So, we
Oh,
had we had to figure it out without him then. You know what I mean? So we just kind of reverted back to what we know. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
um, yeah,
Oh man, I hate to hear that, but it's all good though. It's
yeah.
all good. I can't wait to hear y'all this weekend though. I am
It's going
anticipating this
it's
Friday.
it's gonna be good. Trust me, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. So it's before I let you go, because you know I try not to be on here more than an hour. Like,
I
so
got
if
you.
there's anything that you would want to tell anyone that's coming up in quartet, anyone that's in Southern Soul, or anyone that just have a desire to be in the industry, like what would you tell them? Or from your past experience, what would you tell them?
Um, have balance. Have balance, have boundaries, and have a life outside of this. Um,
Oh wow, that's a good one.
that's what's
That's
gonna make
good.
you that's what's gonna make you appreciate this even more. The fact that uh you have something else going on outside of this. You know what I mean? And that's something that I don't see a lot of. A lot of people, either they doing this and they doing nothing else. You know what I mean? Like have something else going on outside of what people see. You know what I mean? Have multiple streams of income. Have um have get you some have you make sure you got you some insurance. Make sure you got you some something to fall back on. Make sure you got you something in the kitty. Make sure you got you some retirement or something. Those are the things that you need to be striving for real to make sure that you good outside of this.
Outside, yeah.
Uh, so if I was to tell anybody anything, do that. I've seen a lot of people make a lot of mistakes out here to where you can't. This all you can do. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of oh Lord, I'm getting in trouble. That's why a lot of people traveling sick. That's why a lot of people traveling uh hurt and all that. Let me
Yeah.
tell you something. Roy Daddy used to tell us all the time. He said, fellas, I be preaching all over the world. Say, but when I come back, I done built up my leave time. So I know what I got. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mhm.
tell you, I took heed to that. Like, you gotta have you something else going on outside of this
Wow.
to make sure you're able to sustain your life. Don't believe all that hoopla that all the mother boys talking about. You need you some benefits. You need you some insurance. You need you some insurance. You need you something to fall back on.
Insurance. Okay.
Insurance. You need you
Okay.
something. You gotta have something. You need to go to the doctor and all that stuff. You need to be able to do that. A lot of these boys like, ain't been to the doctor in years. You got to be able to go to the doctor.
I almost said
You
something. I had to catch myself. I
you
really
gotta
did.
go get you gotta go
You're
get
right.
checked up. You gotta go get checked on. All that
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's if I tell and this ain't nothing new. I tell people if anybody know me, I tell them this all the time. Have you something else outside of what we normally do on the weekends?
Hmm.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket. It may not work out. Everybody ain't gonna have the opportunity to be able to charge thousands and thousands of dollars to be able to, do it and do it, have it to a point to where I do it because I love it and I wanna go. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people don't do. So
Yeah.
yeah, if I was to tell anybody want to get into any of this, you need some insurance. Insurance,
But
boss lady.
that's
The
true
word for the
though.
day, the word for the night is insurance. You need
Yeah. Yeah.
insurance.
You know, what's his name? We always call him the Green Reaper. What is his name? Oh gosh. What?
Devontae,
The yes. I told him I was gonna have him on the show. We was gonna talk about
another talented individual.
yeah.
Yes.
I told him I was gonna have him on the show. We was gonna talk about insurance.
Need to talk
Especially
about
for
that.
quartetters and you know what I'm saying? It's like people that's in the industry or you know what I'm saying, that's independent that might not have a 9 to 5 job, but they still need to
You
understand
need
that it's not
something.
that. Yeah, you
You
need
need
something.
something. Some
If it
people,
gets to bury you.
if it right, you need, and and listen here, I ain't, no, I didn't tap me. I got me talking all country and stuff. Listen here.
What?
You need more than just life insurance. You need you some insurance. You can go to the doctor and get checked on.
Yeah. Yes.
You need all
You
of that stuff,
do.
boss man. You need all that
You do.
stuff. And
Yeah.
if y'all had traveling the country, telling women, men, boy, and girl that the way to send it there and the gift of God eternal life. You ain't got no insurance. You need some insurance. Yeah, but they got my pressure up.
I
You
see.
got that's why you can't stay home. Listen, if 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 something, and I thank the Lord for it. If something happened to Justin Rufus and I can't go, you know what I'm gonna do?
What's that?
Know my face on that flyer. I'm gonna call them people and tell them I can't make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to
Yeah.
go out here and kill myself for the sake of saving face. You know
Mm.
how many people done try to save face and now they face can't be seen no more?
Oh wow. You so
Lord, Lord, I don't know where that came from.
I
You know how
don't know,
many
nigga.
people
That's all right.
you know how many people that try to save face out here and they face can't even be seen no more because they gone.
Yeah. Because they
You
go.
know, because they gone.
Yeah.
Stay home if you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Stay home if you ain't well. Stay home. Get you some insurance so you can go to the doctor and get checked on. You need to be able to get checked on.
Okay. I will be honest because especially if you playing on these quartet streets and you ain't been to the doctor. Don't be playing in these streets and you ain't been to the doctor.
Listen here. Listen here.
I'm just saying. I was trying to keep it as clean as I possibly could, though. Just
Listen here.
yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to tell you now. You need. Yeah. But anyway, back to your question. If I was to tell, I'm trying to be as
You telling
politically
them
correct as
good
I
though.
can.
You telling them good
If
though.
I was to talk to anybody, do
Mm-hmm.
do this in moderations, have balance, and
Yeah,
have you something else going on outside of all this that way you can sustain if this don't work out.
that's
You know what I'm
good.
saying?
Yeah,
And
that's
so many people go into depression and all that stuff because they stuff ain't going the way it's supposed to go. You got to have you something else going on
yeah.
outside of this.
That's you know what? Okay, so let me say this. I know that's so true because of so my little brother, he got drafted by the Cincinnati Reds. And
Mm,
when I tell you, and baseball is a lot different than a lot of other major league sports. Like you
a
just
lot
don't,
different.
yeah, you just don't. Even though they draft you, you just don't go straight to the dugout. Like you in Puerto Rico somewhere,
Yeah,
you know they playing baseball all year round,
you got to
and
go through the ranks.
yes,
Mhm.
different levels. And for years, I didn't see my brother for a long time because he was out playing baseball. And I think when he had finally got to the point where he was like, okay, I'm tired, I'm done. Like, I can tell that physically he was fine. Mentally, I think it hurt him really, really bad.
Mhm.
And I think I see that a lot of the same effects go through some of these quartetters. Like
Yes.
when they be on this very high, where people calling you, want your autograph, want to take a picture with you, they love
Yes.
on you. And then all of a sudden, when it's not that anymore, it's like you could tell I don't know if it hurt their pride. I don't know what it is.
It
But I
hurt their
see it.
pride.
I
It hurt
see
their
it.
pride. And
Yeah.
they try to walk in a building and think you're gonna have the same effect from when you was super hot and people walking past you like, oh hey, you know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Like you want that same respect. No, that's them days are over. Them
Yeah.
days are over. And you got to be able to be all right with that, especially in today's time. I'm gonna say this and then we can depart this space, but never from its present. In today's time, boss lady,
Mhm.
stuff is moving so you can be hot today
Yeah.
and nobody care about you tomorrow.
That's so true.
You see what I'm saying? You
That's
got
so
to be all right with that.
you
You know
do.
what I'm saying?
You do.
That's why everybody asks me like, when y'all gonna drop an album and when y'all gonna do this? And I mean, we gonna do that stuff. But what we doing over here is working. You know why? Because people call us for everything. They ain't just calling us because we good artists. They
Yeah.
calling us. We doing corporate events.
Mm-hmm.
We going to sing for the white folk. We for the fraternities, sororities, the
Mm-hmm.
doctors' offices, you know
Oh
what I'm
wow.
saying? The senators, you know what I'm saying? Legislations, all those people have events. You
Yeah.
know who they call? They
Mm-hmm.
call live in the flesh to come. You know what I'm
That's
saying? So I
mm-hmm.
ain't with no promoter to call out of Mississippi. I ain't. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't got,
Mm-hmm.
if we coming to St. Louis because we want to come. We got stuff going on here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm just being honest.
Yeah,
You know,
and I'm
and I
happy
I
you
ain't I
come.
ain't I ain't boasting or bragging or nothing
Yeah.
like that. You know, to God be the glory. But what what I am saying is we coming to St. Louis because we want to come. We got
Right.
enough stuff going on here in this region to where we don't really have to leave where we at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why, again, like I say, I pride myself. I say have something else going on outside of it because once them days is over, I seen people be depressed and you don't even know
Yeah.
because they want a little, just a little bit of what they had a couple years back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They want a little bit of what they have. If nobody listen, let me tell you something. If nobody ever call us again, I'm all right.
Good. Yeah. That's good.
Because I
A
got
lot of
other
people
stuff
can't
going
say that
on
though. Yeah.
outside of this. You know? I
Mm.
love this. I love it. I love what we doing. I love traveling. I love meeting people. Love all that stuff. I, but if nobody calls us again, Almost everybody in the camp got something going on. Keith, and we talk about Keith. Keith is help is he worked hand in hand with Ray Span. Right now, they do installations in churches all over the place. Twan, the drummer, he got his own business. My brother, they got their own business going on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of. I try to make sure if you ain't got nothing that's going on outside of this, just a roof is gonna be on you.
Okay.
See, you're not gonna travel with me up and down the dangerous highways and byways to and fro, and you ain't got nothing that's going on out here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You got to have you something else going on outside of that. So, nobody else told live in the flesh. I pray to God that don't never happen. But
Yeah.
we, I'm all right. I got other stuff going on outside of this that but again, like I said, a lot of people they put all the eggs in one basket and then they expect them to get the same results. Because that one day that train ain't gonna roll no more. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So I
You're
try to
right.
make sure I put myself in positions to where stuff can be like a revolving door, i.e., like the event I do at the beach, Myrtle Beach Waves of Praise. I've been doing that for 5 years now. They ain't calling nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like they make sure that whenever the city of Myrtle Beach is doing something, they call
Mhm.
Justin Rufus to come. Those are the type events and those are the type people that I want to be connected to make sure I got stuff going on long term. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? A lot of these promoters, they say, I ain't gonna promote no more. Now what you gonna do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
uh yeah.
Oh my God, Justin, I'm gonna do. You know what I'm gonna do? I know y'all got a live in the flesh T-shirt. I think I'm gonna create you guys a live in the flesh T-shirt for this weekend. What
That
size
would
you?
be nice.
What size you
I
wear?
wear
Extra
I
large,
wear large. I wear large.
large. Okay, I'll make sure. I'll make sure that you
Yeah.
guys got
I
some.
make sure I have my girdle on and uh
Justin,
make sure I put my girdle on and I can get my
Justin.
large.
Oh my God. Okay,
Huh?
I'm gonna use that black picture. The picture which you guys got on the all black with the black hats. I'll use that picture.
Okay. All right. Most definitely. Most
Yeah,
definitely.
I give that to y'all. I love that picture. So yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what else we could talk about though, because man, just you done covered it all.
Corporate events are fun. Corporate events are very fun. Corporate events are very fun. Um, yeah, corporate events are very fun. Yeah, I love doing those type of events. I don't
I bet
I
you
can't
do.
really see who say that. Who say that?
That's a Bronya. She on YouTube.
Okay, yeah. I love doing those type events. They're very fun. And
And I know they pay well.
the
You can't tell me they
compensation is
don't.
wonderful. Compensation. That's a different kind of
Yes.
thing over there, you know. Oh,
I
I thank
know.
God. Listen, I thank God for them opportunities. I really do.
Yeah.
And it all came from, I'm gonna be honest with you, we get to wrap this up, we get to depart this place from his presence. And it really kind of came kind of what we talked about in the early stages of conversation, just
Hmm.
making sure we clean, making sure we got a good presentation. That we
Yeah.
when we get in front of those people, we ain't up there fumbling around. You know what I'm saying? We sing the songs that we know they want to hear. Um, those type, you got to be able to adjust and adapt in any type situation, and just being able to, do that and be able to have a good presentation. And somebody, watch this. Here go a word for somebody. Here it is. We got to go. I promise you, we got to go.
Hmm.
A lot of people don't believe this, but a good stamp from somebody credible can go a long way.
Really?
A lot of people have messed up their name out here with people and messed up relationships with people. And so a lot of times you don't know who people know. Some people can stamp you and get you in places that you never thought you'd be in just
Yeah.
because a certain individual says your name.
That's
You know
good.
what I'm
That's
saying?
true. That's true.
Y'all
Yeah.
got to we got to stop messing up relationships out here for the sake, watch this, for the sake of likes and shares. we'll mess up relationships out here for the sake of like and shares. We can't do that because you don't know who trust who's yes.
Oh, you is preaching good. I told you.
Oh Lord.
Oh, you preaching good. Yeah. You preaching good though, Justin.
A lot of people trust the yes of certain
Yeah.
individuals.
Oh
So you got to
wow.
be careful how you mess up these relationships out here because you don't know who who yes they trust. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Cause some of these folks, yeses can hold some weight.
yeah, exactly.
They hold
Exactly.
some weight. Yeah.
Yes.
It just take the right yes from the right
It
person,
take the
man.
it take the right stamp.
Yeah.
Some people will put their stamp on you when they know you hold the qualities to do what it is that need to be done.
Yeah.
So we gotta stop messing up these relationships out here, and
Yeah.
for the sake of likes and shares, man. It's been a lot. Lord have mercy. It's been a lot of calls I've gotten
Mhm.
uh for a stamp on different people, different bands, different whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You got to be careful how you put your stamp on people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because you don't. At the end of the day, they go in as a representation of you.
That's right.
You know what
That
I'm
is
saying?
yeah. Yeah.
Try to make sure
Absolutely.
you do good business. Make sure you do good business. Yes, your yes be your yes, your nay be your nay. All that stuff. That stuff is important on the next level.
Yeah.
You
And
know what I
who you
mean?
connected to.
Mm. That's another episode. We ain't got enough time. We
I'm
ain't got enough
like,
time.
yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Justin
I
has a
almost got
signature look.
canceled. What happened? Oh
Justin has a. I
Lord.
want to know what inspired him to wear the black hat with the fit. Oh my lord.
Oh, good, good question, Brownie.
That is a very good question.
That is a good question.
So I how did I start wearing the hats? I started wearing the hats doing around about 20, I think right after COVID. I started wearing hats.
Oh,
I started wearing fedora hats. Fedoras kind of came in style right heavy during that time, like maybe 2018, 2019. And so I always trying to figure out like how could I make this look different than I did. I tell you what, one of the first ones I brought out, I did Bama Blast a couple years back, and I had a brown one on. And
okay.
that was one of the first times I started like wearing uh the fedora hats, the funky looking fedora hats. So yeah. So but now when I go places now, everybody's looking for the hat. Everybody looking for, and I'm be watch this. When I go places, I make sure that I'm able to wear a hat in
Mhm.
the building. I don't want to be disrespectful or anything like that. So I always act, it's can I wear a hat in the building? Because it's a part of who I am.
Yeah.
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 So anyway, yeah.
Man, this has been a great sit down. I promise you, this
This
has
has been
been
great.
great. It
See what
has.
you've been see what you've been missing out on. See what you've been missing out
I'm so over it. Justin, don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't. For real, for real, for real. Please don't.
on.
But I'm just I feel like one of those distant cousins that just sit back and just be like, man, I'm so proud of you. Like every time and and I think us even in the church or a quartet world, we have to be excited when we see someone when they're doing well or they
Yes.
like man, I
Yes.
have a cousin I don't know that just moved to South Carolina. He just hadn't, well, maybe a year or two ago. He just like cut the what you call it, the ribbon on his new dental studio. Just
Okay.
his name is Justin Sanders.
Oh wow.
Yes, and when I tell you, I'm gonna have to connect you guys. He do like all the comedians, like all the superstars. He do all their mouth, and he's young,
Really?
not even 30 yet. I don't even think Justin 30 yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I gotta go hit him. I gotta make sure he
yeah.
see if
I'm
I
trying
can
to
let
think
him
of
check
which
out my
part.
choppers.
I'm trying to think of which part, but when I tell you, I'm so proud of my little cousin. Like
Yeah.
he's the first dentist in the family.
Hmm.
Like the
Definitely.
first doctor, anything in the family. And man, and he's such a lovable guy. And I was like, when I see him posting stuff, I be so happy for him. And I just think that in the quartet field, like if we just start being happy for folks and stop hating on one
That's
another,
it.
we could
That's it.
go so much further, man.
That's it.
I
That's it.
promise you.
That's it. That's it.
You know, I get talked about because they say I'm too jippery, but man, listen, I be like, life's so short. Life's so
Yeah.
short, man.
Definitely, man. We did the Blues All Right tour. We did a couple of dates on the Blues All Right tour, and I started to see that more when I got around a lot of those guys. I mean, I know a lot of them personally, you know what I'm saying. But to see the camaraderie between a lot of them, i.e., your mainstream artists, like family. You know what I'm saying? Like they on the side of the stage, like you know what I'm saying. Woo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like that's
absolutely.
something you don't see in a lot of different genres, like especially like quartet and stuff like that. Like, everybody they ain't really pushing each other like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
'Cause they see each other
Um,
as competition.
right, right.
Yeah, they
So,
see each other as competition.
yeah, yeah, but yeah, definitely.
Hey Tulu, hey Womack, Wody.
What's up, Womack? Man, that's my guy.
Womack been having me bugging up the last week or so. I'm like, Womack, I didn't know you had it in you. But
Yeah.
okay.
Another legend. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. He may not consider himself that. Another guy who's been out here for a long time. Another
Long
legendary
time.
guy. He's been out here doing it. You know what I'm saying, and doing it on a high level with integrity. So shout
Yeah.
out to Devin Womack, man.
Yeah. Well, Justin, I'm not gonna hold you any longer. I asked my final question, but my final question, we just went somewhere everywhere. But yeah, I can't wait to see you Friday.
We're gonna be there. We're coming in hot, y'all.
We
If
gotta
you
get a
ain't got your tickets, go ahead and get your tickets out. Terry said the event is almost sold out. Honestly,
yeah, we bought
so
tables. I think we got like 3 tables.
oh Lord.
Yeah, we got three tables. Why is my grandbaby over here trying to come over here and look at you?
And my baby trying to come in the door now too.
Like,
Yeah.
what do you want?
Boss man, what it is, man.
Oh Lord. Hold on, Doobie. Hey, what's going on, boss man? Uh-oh, that your mama calling you.
And my boss
Oh
man is my
Lord.
guy. Boss
Oh,
man is my guy.
who was that? Tulu, my little
Even
cousin.
boss
He
man been
said,
on me
Dr.
on us
Rufus.
a long time too, man.
He said you are singing somebody, man.
Oh
Oh,
Lord, I do all right. I do all right. God bless you. God bless you.
oh, so
God
humble,
bless
so
you on
humble.
tonight.
You did the Blues is All Right tour, and I missed you in Chicago. Oh wow.
Oh man, yeah, we go. I think we're trying to set Chicago back up right now, so that might be coming back around.
Yeah, y'all killed it in Chicago last year. I was there.
God bless you. God bless you.
But anyway, Justin, I love you so much. I can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see you this Friday. We make sure we get a group picture.
Let's do it. I'm gonna make sure we got everybody there, and we're gonna be ready to rock. We're gonna be ready to roll.
I'll make sure I put my blue eyes in for you too.
Let's do, let's do, let's do it. Some bad going on with the blue eyes in. Some bad going on.
All right, Justin, I'm gonna let you go. I know you got stuff to do, but yeah, we'll see you. We're gonna be in the green.
Thank y'all. And listen, I want to say thank you so much for having me on.
No
I know I
problem.
give you a hard time about it, but
All the time.
I've had a wonderful time. And I'll be honest with you. This probably like my second or third interview ever. Like
What?
nobody wants to interview me for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know why. Justin,
I
you
don't know why.
just let me tell you, just sitting here talking to you, it seems like I just been on FaceTime with one of my best friends and we just be talking because you're
Yeah.
so full of knowledge and in I would
Thank
say
you.
infused with spirituality. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people they just talk and then you can also hear people that talk, you can hear God talking also.
Hmm.
But you
Hmm.
know, that's a whole nother subject. So
God
yeah,
bless you.
I love that. I love that. Boss
God bless you.
man. I heard Boss Man got a Mother's Day concert this weekend, but I'm not gonna make it to
Mm,
her. Sorry.
mm.
Sorry, girlfriend. All right.
Boss man, I'm gonna come out of retirement. I'm gonna come off sabbatical just for you, bro. I'm only hosting 3, 4 events a year, and I'm gonna host one of your events a year. I know it. I'm in New York Saturday for June. And I ain't hosting again until Waves of Praise. And then I'm doing Ronica Bowers and they doing a live recording. Um, and that's it. That's all I'm doing. That's my folk for the year.
Oh wow, that's it.
Yeah. That's all I'm doing.
You
That's
probably
all
don't
I'm doing.
have time for it anymore, to be honest.
I could squeeze a few more in there, but that's all my mental is able to take at the time.
Boss man said, "Let's do it."
Oh man, boss man don't be doing no talking. Like that's them the type of people I like to be connected to. We ain't doing no talking. What we talking about? Boss man say let's do it. He gonna call me tomorrow. We gonna try to get that. Like them the type of people I want to be connected to. We ain't doing no talking. What we talking about?
Well,
We
I
talking
know. I don't know, because every time I try to call you to do my award show, you always booked. You are
well,
always
well,
booked.
let's get that set up for next year, 2026.
That would be
Let's
good.
start
Okay.
early. Let's start
Okay.
early.
Yeah. I was like, God, dog, Justin, every time I call you, you book. So it's all
Mm.
good. It's all
All
good.
right.
All right. I'll see you this Friday. I love you.
All right. Y'all be good. I love y'all.
All
Y'all
right.
be good. Thank y'all so much for having me.
No problem. Bye. Oh, that was cool. You know what? Let me tell you something. I know a lot is going on in Quartet right now. People beefing. You don't know who to believe. All this screenshot. Let me tell you something. I love what I do. I don't feel like I'm in competition with nobody. I don't feel like I have to outbeat anyone. I don't feel like none of that negativity stuff. I'm just being honest with you guys. I love sitting and talking to quartetters or former quartetters, and we just talk about life. We talk about quartet and life. I love being able to talk to people like Justin Rufus, you know what I'm saying, Josh Miles or Tim Rogers, and just talk about life without all the added foolishness, without all of that. I don't care about none of it. I'm going to be honest with you. And one thing I'm going to tell you, when I get done with this show and I hit this end live, I go to bed very peaceful. I go to bed and have peace. And that's all I just want you guys to get, like, to understand. Like, don't let all this stuff consume you. Don't let it consume you. And I'm not talking bad on anybody. I'm just saying, don't let this stuff destroy your peace, because it's too much going on. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I can't even keep up with it. Like, I have to ask my daughter, girl, what's going on? I don't even try to keep up with it, because life is so short. Life is it's so much good that's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's 90%, 80% good to not to be focusing on the 10. And I just want y'all to understand, everyone that came on and watched the show with Justin, I appreciate you. I really do. I love you guys. I thank you for your support. I'm not trying to be nobody else but Boss Lady. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. And I'm just trying to get my life together so I can live again. But that's about it. Thank you, Justin. Oh, thank you, Josh. Thank you, Eric Bossman. You know what, y'all? It was so funny when I first came on Clubhouse. Everybody thought that me and Bossman was husband and wife. I'm like, I don't even know that man. But yeah, oh gosh, but yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. So I just wanted to be the positivity side of Quartet. That's it. That's it. Not saying that I'm perfect. Not saying I dot every I and cross every T, but I'm just telling you guys, don't let this stuff that's going on consume you, because before you know it, you'll go down a rabbit hole and you'll be trying to find a light to get out. You don't have to do that. Just stay positive, and positivity gonna last. I promise you, it's gonna last. And yeah, it's all good. All right, you guys. I love you guys. I will be putting out a flyer. Who's next? Right now, wait on Squirt. Squirt Kelly. That's my baby. When I tell you I love Squirt, so Squirt came out of Quartet, and we're going to do a show with Squirt. So I will be letting you guys know when the next time I'll be coming on. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Oh, happy I don't know if I can say that. Cinco de Mayo. All right, I had to say that. Hey, hey, Felicia. Will you share the stage? What? What you say, Felicia? Surname? Oh, you talking about me and Boss Man? Girl, no. I'm in St. Louis, and this joker all the way. No, he in Washington somewhere. That is not my husband. Anyway, and plus I ain't got time to be fighting all his women. All right, God bless you. I'll talk to you guys later.